Hey guys, it's Henry, Mowers and Blowers. Today is September 11th. A rough day. 18 years ago, I was in New York City. I worked for the NYPD. It's a tough day. Tough day for everybody. Today I'm flying the flag in memory of 3,000 Americans. That died senselessly for really no reason. But I'm an American, and what do? We persevere. We're strong. We get through things, and we move on. Bigger, better, stronger, right? Anyway, it's hard to believe it's 18 years ago. It was unbelievable. I'm sure all of you have terrible stories about where you were that tragic day. But anyway, this is the Yardmachines that I finished. We painted it black as well. And it was a close margin. Remember, I had a poll on my last video about whether or not to keep that cup holder here. So while I didn't get 250 votes, right, I did see a bunch of votes from people that I have never commented before, so kudos to you on that. Thanks for voting. It was very close. Look, I uploaded that video 9:30 Eastern time last night, so a lot of people went to sleep, whatever, and are probably just seeing it, and I'll probably get more votes. So I'll hold off on actually doing something, but as of now, the score is 8 to keep it, 6 to lose it. So I'll wait a couple more days just to see. But listen, if you lost it, right? Where would you? Oh, you know what? This comes with a cup holder. So it does look kind of yucky and ghetto, right? Like some of you said. And if I took it off, there would be 2 holes in the hood. But do the 2 holes in the hood look worse than that? Maybe. Anyhow, man, I rolled this in as a piece of junk, right? I'm driving this to my backyard, you know, to put it away. Let's test it and see. Lights work too, is that incredible? Thing actually runs pretty well. Black Beauty. Rodimus Prime. Noah Syndergaard Cub. Opposed Twin, got for free, or traded with the Jacobson. Pete Lombardi, Polar Command. Joe Cardozo, Nick from Medford, Nick from Medford. Nick from Medford. So this works, ready to sell. This one doesn't work. This one's ready to sell. Ready to sell. Does not run. Does not run. Ready to sell. NFS, not for sale. Black Beauty NFS, not for sale. Ready for sale. So, next project with tractors, I'm gonna try to get the opposed twin going. Find a deck out of here and put that on. Probably try to get this going too. Both of these using parts from that. Actually, that has a mower deck. But that'll have to wait at least a day or so because I have to get rid of this thing. This is the thing I got for free from Tad Johnson over in Coram. I stole the hood for the Yardmachines I just got. The lights for my Optimus Prime or Rodimus Prime. Took the seat for that Yardmachines. This engine told me it does work. And what it's missing is, I just noticed, the starter is missing. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to try to start this up, I guess, because I want to see if it works, right? And then I'm going to take the engine off and use it for a future tractor, which you know I'll need, right? I'm going to take the wheels, take the deck off, because I think Nick 5-Speed Ash in Lindenhurst may want it. As you can see from here, the deck is in great shape from the outside. Even if you look on the left side, look at the deck. It's in awesome shape. But if you look closely, the spindle has dropped down. So basically there's a hole there. We'll get a better look at it when I remove it. Wheels are good because he's got slime inner tubes in it. So I'm going to find a starter. By the way, I'm short of starters, believe it or not. Hey Nick, if you want this deck, and I don't know why you would want it, it would take a lot of welding and stuff to get it to work. I'll trade you a starter. I know you have some of those. Gas tank, steering wheel, all the parts. I'm going to strip this down. But before I strip this down, this is the engine I got from Nick from Medford. It's Dunsky. However, while they say it's Dunsky, or I said it's Dunsky, I'll show you something. Looks like the connecting rod is still attached, so it's not the connecting rod that blew out the back, right? Look, I mean something is caught, but it looks like the connecting rod's still attached. So I bet you it's a synchro balancer that's busted. Of course, I couldn't use the engine block anyway. It's Dunsky. So I finished stripping it, and this is Dunsky, alright. I mean, this engine block is done, right? And Synchro balancer is bad. Catastrophic damage. Links disintegrated. This is bent. Can't use it. Camshaft. The compression release is done. Governor gear done. More links. Some cover. While it probably may work, it's too much damage. What would I keep it for anyway, you know? It's not worth a dickens in scrap either. I know it's aluminum, but you need a ton of aluminum to make any money. So these are the good parts. Believe it or not, piston rings, connecting rod, very valuable. Blown engine with a good connecting rod. How about that? This, I can just tell, is not the same kind of piston as my 22 or 21, so I can't use the rings for it. I mean, maybe I could, but I just, I'm not knowledgeable enough to know for sure whether or not this would fit, because the piston looks different from the 2021. I don't even really know what size engine this is. I'm thinking it might be a 17.5. Has a good crankshaft, good journal, smooth because it was not damaged. It says 352 and a 7 over there. And if you guys know what engine this came out of, or if you guys know what engine this connecting rod would fit in, AVS 6, other side says 2831. Hut hut! Omaha! Yeah. It doesn't look like the other piston of the 21. Remember, my 21 smokes a lot. It's rebuilt, but it smokes a lot. People say it's the rings. So, you need to get some rings for that. Throttle plate, tins, breather cover, Briggs magneto, oil plug, and dual circuit stator. Not a lot of parts came out of that engine, huh? I guess the piston and the crankshaft is worth some money, and I could always use the magneto and stator and the throttle plate. I'm building a lot more engines these days than I did before. So I'm gonna put that sump cover back on, put it in a box, and chuck it to the curb, and then I'll do a time lapse on the disassembly of the Tad Johnson free mower. I'm going to see if I can put a starter on there. had to go inside. I had the worst headache that I wanted to throw up. You guys know what I mean? When you have a headache so bad you wanted to throw up. I was feeling like nauseous. And then I banged my finger, so I had a blood blister on my finger, so I had to pop it because I didn't want the blood blister. And people say to pop it, so I popped it and blood gushed out everywhere. So now I've got this dumb band-aid here. Then I went to go check my mail, and I bought these like ratchet wrenches, right? For like $15. They're like all different sizes, which I need, you know. 9/32 on one side, 7/32 on the other side, 9/16 on one, half on the other. This is going to be, you know, you're going to use this one a lot, you know. 7/16 and 3/8, 5/16 and 1/4, 3/4 and 5/8. So it's got all the sizes here in 5 handy wrenches. I mean, obviously these are made in China or Taiwan. Same thing. Almost the same thing. You guys know the difference? China's the mainland, right? The Renegade province is Taiwan. Taiwan is, you know, democratic, and China is communist. But they used to be one country, you know. Anyway, they both make stuff. So these are cheap, $15. I just thought I'd use them someday. Obviously, you wouldn't use these to put a lot of force on anything because they're cheap. But you could use them to, you know, once you got them loose, you can turn them. Anyway, I've just about had enough for this. The steering wheel won't come off. And that this Varadrive pulley in here, that won't come off either. There are things that are so rusted on here that I don't even want to spend any more time taking off. I did manage to get the transmission off, which is cool. Transmission supposedly works. I'll keep it for a while after I list it. So this is the deck. As you can see from the mower deck, it's in really good shape. Around there and around here, really good shape. Like, really good shape. But then you get to here, which is really unusual, man. Look at that. Just destroyed. Like rusted away. Like only this area had rust. Nowhere else. Almost like somebody put a pool of water there and then a bag of salt right in the middle there and just left it there for like 5 years. How could it eat away like that? Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Anyway, this spindle here is good. Look. Just keep going and going and going. Look at that. It won't even stop. Pretty amazing. So anyway, I think my friend Nick, 5-Speed Ash on YouTube, said he wanted it. I don't know how you can want this, Nick, but let me know if you want it. Just come get it. Otherwise, it's going to the curb. Guess I'll try to weasel with this a little bit more and try to get that pulley out. If not, I'm just going to leave it. I want to get the steering sector out, but honestly, I don't know if I want to anymore. I just don't feel like it, you know? Looks terrible. I don't think I want to. You know what? I'm just going to decide right now I don't want to. I'm going to take the wiring harness out and then bring this to the curb. Well, that's it. I'm done for the day. You know, my garage has never looked so spacious before. But tomorrow I'm going to have 3 LT1000s in here. This is the box of crap that I got from disassembling that engine. This is a box of crap and parts that I got from stripping down that tractor. Here is the mower deck from that Yardmachines. Five-Speed Ash. You still want this? It has one good spindle. I think my 4-wheel steering has a bad spindle. Maybe I'll swap it out if they fit. I think they might. Got the front end and the rear end. Engine is here for a future application, which I have a feeling I'll be using on one of the 3 Craftsman LT1000s. I still need rings for this 21 horsepower engine. I don't know what I'm going to do with this Cub Cadet Hydro. I still have to tear into this Zongshen Power Mower engine. Stripping down tractors is kind of a lot of work. As you can see, here it is. I couldn't get the steering wheel off, so I'm just going to keep it on. This is the engine I just took apart. The engine block, camshaft, governor gear, Synchro balancer, links, all trashed. I'm going to take a picture of this and put it on Craigslist. Attention scrappers. Last time I left my Cub Cadet carcass out here, it was picked up in an hour by just some random guy. Well, that's it for today, guys. Remember, never forget the people who sacrificed their lives on that crazy day. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next project. Have a great day.